So today we're going to begin a series on on Reformation. So it begins with Luther. He was a law student, and one day he was walking out of the university, and there was a storm, and a lightning struck him to the ground, and he prayed to Saint Anne that if he lived through that storm, he would become a monk. So he prayed to Saint Anne so that she would tell the God, okay, because he wasn't worthy enough. So he became a monk, and he was Catholic, and he was obsessed with saying how sinful he was. So his confessor was like, didn't like him anymore because he was so boring telling all the sins he did. So he was sent to Wittenberg. And there in Wittenberg, he gave classes and he learned that a very important thing, which is sola fide, that a person is saved by faith alone. You don't need to make any uh, good deeds. You don't own your own salvation. So, and the Catholics, they were against that. You have to, uh, if you have to make good things so that you can go to heaven. And also indulgences is a when a person is not good enough, but it's not bad enough. I mean, if a person is bad, it goes to hell. If it is good, it goes to heaven. But if the person is an average one, it goes to the purgatory. And the indulgence is that you pay money, and the Pope gives permission to the soul to go from the purgatory to heaven. But it was like half an year's salary. And so um, Luther think that it was unfair because the poor people would have to suffer more, and the rich people would go um, through the purgatory. And in that case, the good deed, they were getting money to make the St. Peter's uh, church. No, he. So yeah, and so he made 95 theses, and he nailed them to the door of the church. And by that, and he also made books, and he said that the Pope was not the face of Christ in the earth, and he went against the whole Catholic tradition. And so he went to the imperial diet of Worms. So in there he needed to step back and say that he was wrong, but he didn't. He said he wouldn't go against his conscience, and so he was tried and he was outlawed, and he ran, and he was for him he was kidnapped, but actually it was a fake kidnap. It was a friend of him kidnapped him and took him to his castle, and there he began to translate the Bible to German, the vulgar language. And so everybody now had, with the press, everybody had their translation. So people began to think about the church, and they became iconoclasts, which mean they used to break icons of saints and God, because in the Bible says that we shall not uh, adore uh, any idols or images. And so it went kind of the other way. It was good, but not as Luther wanted. But after a few years, uh, other people came, Jean Calvin and other people. Uh, they began the the Protestant Reformation, and they went against the Catholics. So there was the Byzantine Empire, they had their own church, and the Roman Empire had the Catholic. And so it continued and on and on. And now we have many churches. But yeah, this is like the basic.